इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 147th webinar of Business Opportunity Over Chai of Franchise India. Franchise India Group is the largest integrated franchise solution company since 1999. We provide solution to hundreds of investors selecting the right franchisee. Here today we have one brand from Europe and Middle East, which is a food and beverage brand offering premium coffee, freshly baked pastries, and light Mediterranean food items. So right now, I would be privileged to invite our management team, Mr. Gaurav Mara, who's our CEO, Chairman, Franchise India Group, Sonia Chaudhary, our MD, Franchise India Brands Limited, and Venus Barak, our CEO of Fran Global. Welcome, Gaurav sir. Would you like to just say a few words of the brands, what we have curated, Sea House?
Welcome, friends, and welcome to another edition with Franchise India. So we are very proud to have our special guest Cristiano from Sea House. Sea House is a phenomenal brand which has found global success, and we felt that this was a great time for a brand to be introduced to India. They have multiple formats available in different structure, from a basic coffee shop and bakery to a full-blown fine dine experience. So we have a special guest with us today, Mr. Cristiano from directly from Italy. He's a well-traveled man and a very successful food entrepreneur. And we have a special edition today to really present Sea House. So over to you, Cristiano, for making a introduction and a presentation, and then we take it from there.
I think there's some problem with the video, Kiraj.
So I guess there's some problem with the audio. Let me play it back, but we can go ahead with the presentation.
Sure. Let's, Cristiano, welcome, and let's start with the presentation. Anshul,
Okay.
please go ahead.
Good
Buongiorno and
morning.
welcome, Cristiano.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure, honestly, to be here. So I'm Cristiano Iezzi. I'm development manager of the company of Sea House, and I'm one of the co-founder of the company. The other co-founder is Alberto Poli. I want to introduce a little bit him, even if he's not here with us in this moment. He is a coffee specialist. He is involved in coffee business from more than roughly 60 years, 58 years. And we have here in Italy a coffee industry, and we produce coffee all over the world. Me personally, Cristiano, I'm working on franchise business from 1990. It's exactly my anniversary is 13 years. And I always been working even in shopping centers and so on. I don't know if you saw my speech, my presentation, but one of the first things I would like to talk about was the difficulties that when I started this kind of business, and I honestly would like to share with you how everything happened. I had an idea that this kind of business could be successful, interesting. But one of the most important and difficult part of my franchise business was to convince my father that this was the correct idea, and I was able to sell this idea to somebody else. So especially because I was coming from a family that everybody was studying good university and so on. So and nobody was believing in that an idea can be sold everywhere and so on. So at this point, I'm proud to say that with the hard work, and even sometimes not with success, because from the unsuccess things you can learn a lot. We are in this moment in 8 territories and 3 continents, and we have more than 55 stores in Italy and internationally. So this was very something that was very interesting for me and for my business partner, that we start from the scratch. So it was very difficult when we started to go from the first store or to 10 units on to jump from the third to 60, because we passed through sometimes even some mistakes, and from the mistakes now we are stronger. Keep in mind that after the coronavirus that hit Italy quite a lot, we didn't close not even one single unit, because our P&L at the beginning and our business strategy at the very beginning was very careful not to follow, the development of some big guys like this, but to try to understand if our store single unit could perform or not. So we started here in 2006, operation 2007, and with my business partner, we were really careful. We started with a small kiosk in Milan, what we call Express, interesting one in shopping center here in Italy. Keep in mind that Italy is a very small territories. We are only 60 million inhabitants, and to be in a shopping center is very there are not so many. Is very important. So we started from there, and when we saw that the let's say the turnover was rising, we were obliged to create something a little bit bigger, kind of coffee shop and the bakery cafe. And it was a natural development in this. And when we start to go international, because I don't know if you are familiar with Italian concept, with Italian culture, we are always making fun about us. We are drinking coffee as horses standing, and this is exactly an Italian concept that can be sold nowhere. So when we start to go international, internationally, we understood that the dimension of the store was different. I mean, the sitting area was very important. So we started with something bigger. But when you are going with something very, very big, I mean, kind of 300, 400 square meters, so 3,000, 4,000 square feet. You cannot sell only coffee like this. So we, as Mr. Gura was exactly saying, we extended, we have a very flexible concept. If you don't mind, you can turn the page, please. We can see the second page. Sorry, next one. Yeah, this is a brief introduction of one of our industry we have here in Italy. Please, next. Okay, this is one how we are, let's say, positioning our brand. What we say is, see how is a stylish concept but affordable, affordable for, let's say, everybody. So everybody can feel. We are saying we would like that everybody feels like a king, like a queen for couple of minutes, for half an hour, whatever, because I think this is very very important for us. And next, please. Yes, when we are when we started to do this kind of business, our focus was the wow factor. We want to give the wow factor to our guests. Today, to drink, to have a drink, kind of light soft drink or whatever, you can have everywhere. But apart from this, our aim is to give exactly a feeling that you are having something with a plus, something wow, something that can be reported to another friend and so on. And today, what is Instagrammable, something similar for Instagram, for something, this is very important, because the people likes to show where you are like this, and with something average, the people are not interested with something to something average. So in summary, our concept is a destination location, and entertain based, because due to this wow factor products we are having, and large scale and high volume and traffic generation, because normally we are placing this, even with our experience in Middle East, we are placing in shopping center, and where we are having quite good traffic generation, even for the shopping center. Of course, as you saw from the previous picture that you will see later on, it's a relaxing atmosphere, cozy, and whatever. Please, next page. Next page, please. Yes, this is some of our way of presentation. Next page, please. Exactly. We can go next page, please. These are some of our territories we are in this moment, and we are developing. Unfortunately, I'm always making fun with Venus that we are entering in Bangladesh due to Franchiseindia. I need to thank them for this, and we are not entering still in India. But I know that this is something that is going to happen soon. So we want to say that we are not only in Italy, we are in other territories around the world with successful numbers that after Mr. Anshol is going to talk about. And so it's an international concept. And I could say even that Mr. Gurav know us from a very long time. And before to reach there, we passed through many openings and so on before to be here. And thanks so much for inviting me here. Next page, please. Okay, this is always a presentation of the products, how the way we are presenting. The next page, please. The next page, please. Okay, again. Yes. It's a little bit tempting watching this picture. Next page, please. Again. Okay, again. Okay, we can go ahead here. Perfect. So this is exactly what I was asking, what I was telling you before. When we went internationally, we had the need to change a little bit our concept because it was important for each market before to enter. So we created what we say this kind of modularity, the M1, M2, M3. The M1 is not traditional stores around 50, 60 square meters. Can be, we are calling it internally Sea House Express. And it's normally is in the middle of shopping center corridors or corner stores like this and so on. This can be very good when the brand is established in the market, and we can start with this too. And after we have the M2, and this is exactly where today we are going to put the focus, honestly, because the bakery cafe is a store around 100 square meter, 150 square meter, it depends, where we created a concept that in 15, 20 square meter, we are able to produce our pastry. So nothing is frozen, nothing will be delivered by some third parties or whatever, but whatever we are going to sell in our stores will be produced there. This for me is really a plus because some of our clients, they are able to eat some fresh pastry or something similar that has half an hour, 1 hour or 2 hours. So from my point of view, this has a very good, it's very scalable. It's very scalable, especially if you are thinking about even to make a development. Maybe we can have, if we are going to open one store close to the other, I mean 3, 4, 5 kilometers, it can be even good to deliver the items, the products from one store to the other. But our idea is to cook, to freshly bake our products. This is something that we will see later on, even some picture if you don't mind. And the M3 is sometimes the people has this particular case in Bangladesh or in Qatar or in UAE or in Saudi like this. They want to enter with a bigger store. So with the store, this is including the bakery, is including the coffee area, is including the pizza area, it is including the restaurant, the full restaurant menu, especially in Middle East that, you know, they are jumping from the sweets to the coffee and after the pasta and after coming back to the sweets. So let's say they have this kind of habits. So they need space and they need to enjoy. And honestly, we are making very good numbers in these areas. We can, next page, please. We can go next page. This is a classic a traditional or express that we are calling store. I mean, it's nice kiosk, but it's very stylish because we want to attract the people from the very beginning for something. Next page, please. This is a concept, classic concept that we are calling cafe or bakery cafe. I don't know if you are familiar with football. This is inside the Juventus Stadium. That is one of the best Italian football team and so on. And there are only 2 coffee shops inside. One is from Juventus and one is ours. Next page, please. This is a store that we say that I was telling you before that is in a large scale where the people want to stay 1 hour, 2 hours like this, and they are going to have an experience and full restaurant menu. Next page, please. Yes, this is something that is explaining exactly what we were doing. Mainly our bakery cafe. What we like to do is to sell our patisserie, our pastry, and of course one of our core business will be even our coffee, and our core business supposed to be even our drinks, can be not alcoholic drinks or can be even with alcohol. Later on I'm going to show you some of our picture, especially that is describing our food. We can go ahead, please. Yes, this is how we are, why we are performing and why the people are coming to us and investing with us. Uh, we extremely wide potential customer base. This is really true. And flexible customization for the local menu for local taste. Yes, you should know that Italy is only 1,000 kilometers long, but Italy passed French people, Spanish people, Arabian people, and so on. I mean, in the past, in the history. So our culture is very different. You keep in mind that we are only 35 kilometers from Milan. But if I'm speaking language, slang in here where I'm living in Milan, 35 kilometers, they are not understanding me, not understanding a single word, and even the food. So we have more than 40 stores in Italy from all over Italy. So, and every time we were opening a store, they were asking us, "Hey, I need a small optimization for the local taste and so on." So when we went internationally, and they were saying, "Hey, but you know that we are not Italian, we are different." So for us, I was smiling because I said, this is exactly what we are doing in these 40 stores, because sometimes they are changing the bread because they are not accepting the kind of bread, or they are changing, what they are putting inside the sandwich, or the taste of the coffee too is different. We have different blends for every areas. This is really funny. In terms of investment operating cost for the bakery cafe, we say that are low comparing to our let's say competitors. With this kind of bakery cafe is really we can open multiple stores. Is an economy of scale, that's for sure. The ROI is even interesting, very good one. Mr. Anshul is going to talk about this later on. And of course, we are already in 8 territories around the world, 3 continents. You are going to receive our full support. And honestly, even Franchiseindia had this direct experience with us in Bangladesh, and they can see and they can prove that we are actively part of the Bangladesh team every day with our own team that is quite big. We have more than 40 people in our companies. And of course, when we are going to go with franchising with an established brand as we are, you are going to reduce your operational headache, because roughly for our previous mistakes, because we didn't always win, unfortunately, we learned a lot. So nowadays the concept is quite stable and interesting for a potential investor interested in this kind of business. Next page, please. This is something that, again, why we are profitable, because sometimes, as I was telling you before, we can open from a single kitchen, single laboratory. When there are the stores are not so spread around, we can have multiple stores closed. Okay, the rent price for outdoor a street location is less expensive for renting shopping malls, because we are even developing not only as in Italy in shopping center, but internationally we are developing on street. So this is interesting. I think that the bakery cafe has an interesting let's say stores dimension, because it's not that big, so the rents are not that crazy, even if we are going in a shopping center. Sometimes even the kitchen team is reduced, because if we are going to have this kind of small laboratory that can distribute, so we can optimize our costs and our headache in terms of production. And our customer, I'm always saying and making fun with my business partner from Middle East, if you want to break the rules, you are not breaking the rules with hummus or with other things and so on. You are going to break the rules with chocolate, with coffee, with something sweet, with pastry. And this is exactly what is happening to our stores. And I'm going to share with you something very interesting. If you are familiar with Middle East, all the people from Middle East, they don't want to stand on the counter choosing the things and so on. But in our bakery cafe, the range of pastry is so big, so wide that the people are a little bit embarrassing when they need to choose on the menu. So they prefer to leave the bags and so on they have on the table, standing, going to display cabinet, choosing the things and going back to sit. This is something rare. This is something impossible in Middle East, but the people love to do this because they have so many choice of things, of items, that they prefer to go there and choose 1, 2, 3 pieces of cakes and go and sit down. So it's very interesting what is happening. Next page, please. Of course, as I was telling you before, we have strong training. Not because we want to make it strong. I strongly believe that nowadays the concept must be a little bit more interesting in terms of offer. And apart from this, we want to give you our full support. And I don't want to pass through all these points, but for sure the operational support is very, 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 very important. The franchisee manual are very important, and the guidelines are very, very important too. The training support. The training support is not only when you are opening the store, but the most important part for us is when you are going to go operational. This is exactly when we start really the business and when we should be even closer to you for the quality control, for the cost control, for the menu preparation. For instance, in Middle East, we have our own base in Saudi, and from Saudi we are entering and going closer to other territories because it's much easier to come from Italy every time. So we create a base in Saudi that in 1 hour, 2 hours plane flight, we can reach and we can control and we can support our company. Advertising support, yes, this is another very important thing. One of the normally we are asking our potential future partners 3 things. I would like to have a good location that has a reasonable footfall distance so on, and visibility for the strength awareness of the brand. We want to have a good people working for us, okay? And the third thing is the marketing support. So the marketing support and advertising and marketing support, this is one of the most important things. We don't want to be, when you are going to arrive to your city outside the airport, to have this kind of billboard advertising house. No, we cannot pretend this. But we are very conscious that a local store marketing is one of the best things we can do. Okay, apart from the social, we're supposed to go all around our neighborhood. So I would like to say that sometimes we are really taking care about our neighborhood, our clients that are living there, with the delivery, with many things that now are very, very COVID. And we would like to support the companies, the stores in this way. Next page, please.
Yeah. So,
okay,
Chris, do we run the other presentation also?
Yes. Regarding the other presentation, where we are going directly to the food items, because now we are talking about
Yes.
business strategy and strength.
So this is more about the look and feel and the menu.
So Cristiano, by the time I think we have the video coming in, I will like
Yes.
to take a question before we go into the financials. The formats, especially when you have come to India, also you understand Indian market very well, and you have also a lot of experience in working in developing markets, Middle East, and Middle East is very close to what Indian consumer is, and how people would look there. So what is the ideal format you would like to start from? And I can tell you without even going forward, I think the best locations to start with would be Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Hyderabad is a topmost location today. Chennai is a good location. These are top cities where we can start from. But what format you would like to really begin with? Is it a large format where we get the brand entire thing? Because I feel that your bakery cafe kind of a concept was absolutely a missing link in India, because India we don't have any kind of a bakery cafes. We have either small bakeries which are there, or you have a more beverage led cafes which are more Starbucks kind of cafes. So there is a whole missing link. So what is your opinion? What, when you look at India, what would be your ideal format you would like to start from?
Yes, to be honest, I came to the idea that the the bakery cafe, so with the pastry, drinks, and coffee, was the right idea, and this suggestion was given to me by Venus, honestly, because we were working very close for to close the Bangladesh deal, okay, and so we were watching this huge store, and sometimes was really difficult, was very tough. We found a very good location, but it was very tough to start at the beginning. So honestly, having freshly baked products, so in terms of quality, the people are looking for quality, having a reasonable square meter for the store, um, eventually with some sitting area because it's always appreciated, and having already the concept proved, because inside a huge store, as I was telling you before, we are having this 15-20 square meter to produce our own pastry, and we are already selling. So, and is successful. So we came up, Venus came up with the idea that it was the right idea for to be scalable in the market in a very fast way. So I really think
I also agree
the
with you.
bakery cafe.
And the bakery cafe is a good idea. The bakery cafe ideally is can be done in between 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, with 150 to 200 square feet dedicated pastry, freshly done. Because the whole gourmet experience and Italian food experience is all about freshness of the food and the gourmet.
Yes.
And what I can tell you about Sea House is that Sea House has taken the notch up the experience. People, when they want to go, I just picked up a coffee from Starbucks today in India, and 5 cups of coffee costed about 2,000 rupees. So it's not cheap. So 2,000 in India would be mean about close to about say $30 odd. So fundamentally, it's not cheap when people pay just for carry away about 5 cups of coffee, and you pick up pay a 2,100 kind of a money. So India's affordability has come in, but people what they want is a better experience, like Middle East. Middle East, they want service, they want a higher quality of food, they want a little bit fresh, which I think all the coffee shops miss today. They don't have that kind of a gourmet experience. You still get
Yes.
a frozen food which is just heated and give it to you, where Indian customer is now ready to pay the kind of money they want to pay. So fundamental to this business is that there is a huge transformation, especially post COVID, where people would like a little bit of a gourmet experience, and they would also like to have a good and great food offering. And India has been actually very fond of Italian food. You know, it's one of the very favorite food places in India. So it's a great opportunity to do that. And also, I think the area which I think the flexibility of Sea House gives is it doesn't really just a coffee or a pastry place. It's also has a food option, meal options, and so on so forth. And you can actually upgrade it in some places with liquor also available, especially wine, and especially in the
Definitely.
like in Maharashtra, which is one of the states for Mumbai, where Mumbai is a capital, and Karnataka has a special wine license. You can only take a beer and wine, and you can do some top class wines to pair with the food, and that becomes a great model to do that. Then you have to take the square feet to about so almost 2,500 to 3,000, so that you can run about 65 to 80 covers a nice restaurant, and that's where the opportunity is. And Dheeraj, can we show the video, please? You want to pass it on to Dheeraj to somebody else?
Or even without them. And Mr. Gurav, I have even another file that I was sharing with you. I would like to go through this. There are only some picture to see, to show exactly the level of our food items we are going to introduce in our bakery cafe.
Sure, absolutely.
Will you be so kind to show me that the other file? Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, we can go ahead, please. Yeah, these are the three models. Yeah. A little bit more ahead. Again, once more. Exactly. So, of course, this is not a bakery cafe, but just to say that we are in our concept, in our full concept, we introduce kind called pizza gourmet. In Italy, is very similar. This is a nice way to ask for more money for a pizza, but it's a different story. This is one of our, for instance, paper cup and so on, stylish one. We can go ahead, please. These are some of our patisserie that we are having and everyday done and so on. We are even branding the things with our own things. So everything is really see house. Everything talk about us. Next page, please. Next page, please. These are some of the pastry. So our aim is to have a display cabinet like this every morning. Every morning, the people should see that first we are working every day, freshly baked. But even if you are not having a pastry today, because I don't know, or you ate already or something, but this is something that is coming to your brain. So the next day or the next week like this, I think this will be a pit stop for sure. Next page, please. This is another experience we are having. From one side, there is the display cabinet. On the other hand, this is what we call dessert, is an experience. There are something that you can go and choose directly on your display cabinet, as I was explaining to you before, but there is even some other things where we are going to have an interaction with the client. So we are pouring the chocolate over something. So the people feel, our customer feel care, that someone is taking care, is not carrying the plate, putting on the table by giving the money. So we are taking care of, we are kind of psychologists sometimes to care about our clients. Next page, please. This is some of other branded things. To sell a coffee, it's easy. To sell a coffee, everybody are selling, but to sell something unique and giving a pleasure that you are going, maybe you can go even to put shoot a picture and put on your Instagram or whatever. This is different story. This is another thing. Next page, please. This is again one of the display cabinet, because the pastries coming are rotating, are changing roughly every day without any problem. Next page, please. This is one of our coffee that we are going to sell. Next, please. This is an interesting part. From my point of view, even when we are in Middle East, that we cannot sell alcohol apart from the Dubai location, we can do some very nice cocktail with fruits and so on. So I mean, which is the best thing when we are going with a friend to share a kind of nice glass like this kind of image, and paying an affordable price as there are other or competitors in the market. So I really think that this can be a plus in our stores together with the pastry, with the coffee. Next page, please. This is another interactive way with our customer to pour. This is exactly a saffron sauce together with the pastry. Next page, please. Of course, sometimes when we are going big, we are going to have one single hamburger, because when you have big stores, you can even this, but single hamburger, but very well done. I mean, perfect in terms of image and taste. Next page, please. This is again a presentation of our pastry. Next page. This is the pasta that the way we are presenting. Next. Breakfast is another. This is a very important part from my point of view. You can serve a croissant and a juice in a very simple way, but if I'm giving you a wooden box or something, I think the people can appreciate a little bit more the care of the things and the details. This is where we would like to go. Next page, please. This is another way. As you can see, every time that you are watching a picture, a screenshot of a display cabinet is changing the products. The most important things is that our flexibility, even on presenting the things and on the display cabinet. Normally, other companies, what they are doing, they are starting with this product and they are finished with these products all year. And the people is getting bored. So we are having extend range of products that we can produce in our store. Next, please. Next, please. Yeah, these are some of our cupcakes that we are doing sometimes, or for some Valentine days or whatever. Next page, please. Yes, of course, part of our bakery cafe business can be even some salads or some sandwiches, because this is part of our business. Because even this is very interesting for me. When we started at the very beginning, I was always having in my mind that we should have flexibility. And when I was studying franchising in the UK and so on, and was talking for many times with our lawyer, my lawyer was watching me as a crazy. Do you want a flexible concept in franchise? Yes, I always wanted the flexible concept in franchise, because I don't trust in a concept that are selling one single product, mono product. So I would like to even to invite the people, and the people can receive together with after the pastry or whatever, a kind of glass like this, kind of aperitivo or whatever we can call it. Next page, please. Yes, this is a way we can present our own pastry and the way we can make our own cakes. I think we finished this kind of presentation just to give you a brief information regarding this. Please feel free to be in touch with me or with the guys over Franchiseindia for any additional information and going deeper and deeper in our let's say concept.
Very
Okay,
helpful. Can we do the financials now?
Yes, sir. So for the financial model, so we've designed a bakery cafe concept only as of now. And this is a 1200 square feet.
There's a noise that you are in. Can you
Sorry,
some noise from background from your side?
one second.
Apologies, Cristiano. There is sometimes in India you have some background noise. People have forgot their television open.
In the meantime, Gaurav, do you want to answer the question? There's a question regarding the location.
We take up the questions a little later, but let's finish the financials.
Sure. So I think there's something passing by on the road, so it will take some 5 minutes. We can go to the questions first. If you want to do that.
Yes. So we are talking about two types of areas, which is a 1200 square feet format. Can you put the slide? I can take the financials. So 1200 area, which is square feet, we have taken one model. That's a one model which is there, and total investment for this is going to be.
I can start.
Huh?
So this is about 85 lakhs total investment for one unit. 1200 square feet space taken. We have taken premium locations. I've taken a rental also at about 5 lakh rupee monthly rent value. So all top locations in the city can be captured at this price. Overall investment of about 85 lakhs, interior fit outs and equipment. In terms of the price point, so in terms of the positioning also, as they would compete with Paul Bakery in Europe and Middle East. In India, particularly, we're looking at Theobroma as a competition brand in cafe bakery concept. So Theobroma would typically work around 1,000 rupee average bill value. Sea House, being an international brand, a better offering better experience. We've placed it at about 1,200 rupees for two people average bill value. So, and in that sense, if I can go to the revenue side, overall we're looking at 18 lakh rupees average revenue per month. This, of course, is the potential of the store. So, under this pandemic situation, the numbers could be different. But this is what we see as a potential of the store to do about 18 lakh rupee monthly business, or 250,000 euros annually sort of a business, right? On the costing side, 26% is taken as a food cost. Then rent, as I said, about 5 lakh rupee monthly rental. Then 6% royalty, 2% is taken as a local store marketing. So overall, we see a potential to do an ROI in about 24 to 27 months with this sort of investment. Again, I'm saying this, of course, is the potential numbers. Under a pandemic situation, the numbers could be different.
Okay.
So in terms of the master franchise contracts now, we're keen to, of course, companies keen to look at a multi-unit partner and not looking at partners who would, further look at sub-franchising. Companies, of course, looking at a multi-unit partner with about 10 units minimum commitment and an initial franchise fee of 150,000 euros. Right. So this partner would pay a 6% royalty apart from 150,000 euros franchise fee, there's 6% royalty and 2% towards marketing, that is local spent only. Overall, this partner with 10 stores over 5 years is able to achieve his break-even in just over 4 years' time. Of course, the contract would be 10 plus 10 years. So there is time, beyond 4 years, there's enough time to continue to make money from this venture. Overall, the investment for the master franchisee, and of course, this we're looking at only bakery concept as of now. And as Chris presented in his presentation, there is a larger restaurant lounge format as well that we will bring in at a later stage. But this we're talking only the bakery cafe concept, a 1,200 square feet unit, 10 units. So overall, an investment of about 10 crores with the potential to do about 88, 90 crores revenue over 5 years, and net 11, 12 crores net profit from this venture in first 5 years of the business. Yeah.
Sure. Friends, I think just to explain what Anshul has done. So ideally the locations for see house should be, if you want to open up a bakery, premium bakery cafe, which should be in a shopping mall. And that also premium shopping mall, something like malls in Delhi, which are Vasant Vihar malls or Ambience or places like that. And they always love to have a premium coffee shop, and especially in the areas like Atrium, you've seen the places which Cristiano has done, some beautiful setup you can do on Atrium places, and you can also set up a full premium cafe, bakery cafe. The ideal location from a carpet size viewpoint is at 1,200 square feet. The investment would range only on the restaurant interiors and equipment and everything else, about 85 lakh rupees. And you have to add a deposit depending on the mall, what kind of deposit they're doing. The occupancy cost we have taken at almost like a 500 rupees per square feet kind of a model, while you will get a cheaper place right now, but looking at the key common area maintenance and other things, the occupancy cost can go up to that level. The sales volume would be anything which is 18 to 20 lakh rupees volume, very easy to achieve. I think some of the locations, and we'll take Cristiano's opinion, this would be a 2 to 3x of what sales number would be done. The APC, which is average ticket value, would run about anything which is 1,000 to 1,200. Between a premium offering, if you have one dessert or a one coffee or a one meal with one coffee, or order a pizza to share, and with some beverages, that kind of a number would become. Again, it's a very low number from an Indian ticket value viewpoint. If you look at the similar company which has entered India called Paul, this would be about a 1,500 rupees for two people to dine. And so that number is also very realistic in that nature. And then there are master franchise model. Master franchise are done in two types. One, companies would give master franchise where you have a license to sub-franchise. But in some cases, companies which are very quality conscious, and all good companies like McDonald's doesn't allow you for sub-franchising, Domino's doesn't allow you for sub-franchising. So good companies don't allow you to sub-franchise. So as a master, you would have to open up your own outlets. The minimum rollout plan, which is expected from the company if you take a master, is about 10 units in 5 years. And this can be a mix of different formats. You can do atrium locations, you can do a bakery cafe, and you can do a full lounge, which can do that. And full lounge can also have liquor and wine, where you are opening up. So that's the format. So now we'll be more than happy to take questions from everybody. And to begin with, Cristiano, what is the most successful restaurant you run today, and what kind of numbers and sales you will be doing? So give us a idea, and also give us an idea of Dubai and Saudi Arabia APC. What kind of average value you're doing? Because that's very similar to India, maybe higher, 20% higher than India, but India is catching there, especially our cities like Mumbai and Bombay. And I can give you an example. There are a couple of restaurants in India, like Bombay. There is a restaurant called Indigo, and there is also a restaurant which I'm just giving a mind, which has been valued very similar to what you do. Actually, it's been sold at 150 crore, which is about 20 million US kind value. They only run about 15 restaurants in Bangalore itself, and Bangalore and around Bangalore. A very, very top company in same Italian food. So there's a huge liking, and very similar, but you are much more notch up as a business model, And so what would be the kind of sales volume you would be doing in that market?
I can tell you that the last store that we opened, and honestly, he's one of the best because it had all the expertise and so on, is in Jeddah. Is around 450 square meters, so 4,500 square feet. And pre-COVID, we were making a turnover of 300,000 US dollar a month. And now, after COVID, we are 220,000 US dollar a month, 230,000 dollars a month. So I'm always saying that we are not a big guy has a McDonald's, KFC like this, but when a concept start to do 3-4 million euro turnover, it start to be something interesting in terms of number, in terms of ROI, in terms of strength for the company to open the second one like this and so on. And even in this COVID period, we are right now in 1 month to open another store of 400 square meter in Dammam, in the new shopping center, Nakheel Mall, Dammam. So, I mean, it's very promising because most of our partner here in Italy, most of roughly 50-60% of the people that had a single unit in Italy, they have the second store. And most of the people that are they having the master with us, they have more than one store. Keep in mind that we've signed an agreement for Saudi for 10 units in 5 years, and in 2 years we have already 5 stores, plus they are opening the 6th. Because of course, if the business is profitable, the company, the mother company, the franchisor is supporting the master, the exclusivist, everything is easier, is going smoother. And so that's why that the win-win situation is the best situation. But this is not only word. I can put you or potential our future partner in contact with our exclusivists around the world we have, and you can really have first-hand experience of what we are doing and how we are supporting our Sea House family.
You know, I think $200,000 a monthly sales cycle is probably the top notch. And I can tell you that this is not only for any market, but if you do it in London or any other place in the world where there is higher sales numbers, it would still be one of the topmost sales. So congratulations for that, Cristiano. It speaks a lot. I think India also has a similar potential because we don't have that kind of offering, and a very close brand to you in Bombay was Indigo, and there was a time with the higher quality they used to have a 45 to 1 hour waiting before you get inside. So, and product was not even close to what you do. So it's a much bigger opportunity which is available. So now let's go to the next point, which is food is a very integral part of your business, and food is also gourmet, very high quality, especially the bakery side of it. How do you manage quality, and how do you do the training of people? And would because India also has a restriction of import, because of food import, especially the raw material, is very expensive. We have very high duties. While we get everything now in India because there are good gourmet food available, but it makes a little bit of a cost going up. The food cost sometimes becomes higher than what you do in Dubai and Saudi Arabia, because their import is flat 5%, and you can import anything in the world at 5% flat. But India, food cost is very, very high. So how are you making sure that not so much of things are imported from outside and we are able to deliver a very high quality product?
Yeah, honestly, is the same problem we face for Bangladesh. The same.
Bangladesh is even worse. Bangladesh is even worse. India
exactly, even worse. Absolutely. Wherever we are going, from our experience, most of the Italian products for the best Italian brands are present in this moment in each market, even in Bangladesh. If we are going to have the Cecco pasta that we are using even here in Italy, we can find there very easily. So I was surprised too. In terms of vegetable or something similar, it's easy because we'll be sources locally. And so this is another thing is important. when we are going for big things, for instance, big stores, we were facing some problem with the wheat to make a pizza and so on. So there was an issue, and we were shipping everything from Italy. What we are talking about, 2 items, no more, 2-3 items, no more than this. So it's very easy.
Now we have flour. We have all flours available in India. There is a big distribution from Swiss flour, which is one of the topmost flours, which really comes in. So that has been addressed on, because we had earlier clients also. We needed help. So I think more and more supplies are available in India. So that's not so much of challenge now, because I think most of the companies who have passed through this stage are now doing time. So I would like to now invite both Sonia and Venus to really pick up some questions. Sonia, for your comments first, and if you want to pick up some questions and take it from there. And my request to audience is, go ahead and ask your questions, and also tell, would you be interested on a unit or a master, and base your question on what you're interested on and which location you're interested on. So over to you, Sonia.
Thank you so much, Cristiano. I think the presentation was very, very elaborate, and a lot has already been answered. But I'll pick questions which I think are imperative. And first and foremost, because I also see inquiries coming from tier 2 cities. And if you can maybe spell out your priority in terms of locations you want to enter India. If there are any cities that you want to prioritize, if that can be maybe explained to our viewers, what cities would these be?
In this particular case, I would like to support of Mr. Gurval and Venus, because I'm familiar with India, because I have been there many times. But
Mumbai, Delhi, Gurgaon golf course road. If you open up a golf course road, then you will shift from Milan to Gurgaon.
Yeah, so maybe to answer, because I saw somebody from Bhubaneswar also wanting to, and because
Bangalore is also good. Bangalore, Pune is good.
Right. So maybe for everybody who wants to know the first rollout, this would be tier 1 location, metropolitan cities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, even Chennai, Hyderabad, Chandigarh, where we look to enter. And premium locations like premium malls in these cities are where we would like to enter. And great. So the second question which I wanted to pick also on the training, because this will be your first time entry in the country. What kind of training is given to the franchisee, and how would that be done? One. And second is training of the staff which is selected.
The last part I didn't understand. And secondly,
training of the franchisee himself.
Yeah.
One, and the training of the staff that will work within the outlet.
Yes. Normally we are having a training here in Italy, okay, and it will be around for 2 weeks for the training, operational understanding exactly how the master is supposed to take care of the brand, and we are going to give all the guidelines like this. But sometimes this cannot happen. For instance, for Bangladesh, because to enter people from Bangladesh here in Italy was very, 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 very complicated. So we made some webinar support, and we are doing this. We are working a lot with the WhatsApp group, and of course, 15-20 days before the opening, we are going with our own team there and so on. For instance, we have only 55 stores, but in our 55 stores, we have one of the good chef we have in Italy is from Bangladesh, as we are having some good people working for us from India and so on. So sometimes we are having these people supporting us locally, and these are giving us a big plus, and will be with us at the opening time and so on. As I was saying before, in Middle East, that our presence is a little bit stronger, we created our base in Saudi, and from Saudi we are supporting all the area. In this particular case, for instance, for Bangladesh, we selected all the guys, the store manager, the chef, the pastry chef, everything pressed to us. So we are understanding exactly when we are talking with them about Italian food, about the penne arrabbiata, I want to say stupid things, he knows better than me because he was already working in Italian concept and so on. So for us to having someone that has Italian background food, this is very important. Of course, we were taking some people that were working in 5-star hotels in Dhaka. This is normal. So we are going to have someone that is speaking already our own language, and after we are tailoring our way of presentation, our way of taste according to the local taste. So we are going to have this kind of both of this. And I'm not for sure when we were talking about India, to have a food consultant at the very beginning will be very important for us. But this will be our part, will be not the investor part. It will be Sea House will take care about this.
Another question is on maybe the launch, because the moment the first outlet would roll out in the country, I'm sure the initial partners who would sign up would also expect some kind of support on the launch or marketing plan. Is there any contribution or support which comes as a go-to market, or for the first outlet launch in the country from the company itself?
Yeah, as I was saying, we are already working in many territories. We have already some market entry strategy report. Of course, after that, we are going to sign. It will be our partner. We are going to share him exactly the success of the other markets, and we are going to give him a package. Of course, this kind of package, this marketing, advertising and marketing support, should be adapted for the local market. And we have even our own strategy to support internationally for market. We have something called chbrandsupport.com. So whatever is going to happen to us, or if a potential master would like to have something, he is going to go directly in our platform. It is going to be provided from whatever he needs. So we have even some cloud where the people can access apart from our direct contact like this. So we have multiple ways to support in advertising and marketing.
Great. I think that's very helpful. Cristiano, I'll request now Venus, if you want to take up some questions and from the audience, if there are any which you want to pick up. And I think one question which could be on the menu offering, which maybe you want to pick up and understand if there's any customization on the offering, or any other that you feel relevant for us to ask.
I think a lot of questions have already been answered. My question to Cristiano is, when are we opening in Dhaka?
We had some problem due to new regulation. This is something funny, Venus. I don't know if you guys remember the explosion that happened in Beirut.
Yes.
Due to this, in Dhaka, no one compressor could enter in Dhaka, in Bangladesh any longer. So some of our containers, when arrived, went back in Singapore because they were not able to enter. And by the way, we solved this. Our aim is at the mid of December to open the store.
Good. That's great. That's great.
But it's a challenge, honestly.
I know. And my point is that, I've been working with Cristiano for a while now, and we did the deal together. I know their partner very closely from Dubai. It's actually a very big and established Indian family, and they are expanding the brand there. And of course, working with Cristiano for Bangladesh. It was very interesting, and it was not easy. Apart from the deal, putting the restaurant together, even in the COVID times, and he has done that. So, which really reinstates our confidence and our belief that one, the brand is something which is they're serious about what they're doing, and they know what they're doing. Especially Cristiano and his partner Alberto, their main business, which is coffee. So from there, bringing this whole concept and brand around, they have done this from their hands only with their conviction. So I know, and as Gaurav mentioned, in India, there is lot of business already there in the coffee and the bakery side, but there's still a gap. And bringing these two efficiently and properly together, and see House kind of does that. I have personally spent a lot of time in Dubai at their restaurants, drinking their coffee, eating their pastry. So I've done that job myself, so I know how good it is, and it definitely has an opportunity in India. And I think what Cristiano and Alberto has done is they have really sort of packaged the Italian coffee cuisine and culture for the rest of the world, which is very interesting, because if I really see in my work, the Italian concepts and food is actually dominated by Americans. And I know Cristiano knows that, realizes that, and so he has really carefully built this brand and business to ensure the authenticity of the product, and yet made it affordable and approachable, which is very important, because we all know that there are certain Italian concepts which seem that, okay, they might be too expensive. If I enter a store, it might take 5,000 rupees of mine, but Sea House has cracked that code. Cristiano and Alberto has cracked that code and had made it relevant. I think their expansion across Middle East, Eastern Europe, in Europe, definitely in Bangladesh, makes the business case that they have efficiently enough. And we spoke about the supply chain part. I think in India, we have that. I think we have those answers already, and with Cristiano's experience, I'm sure we can kind of work that out. And I think I call India Italy of Asia, with culturally we are very similar. So I do think that there is a lot of opportunity, and especially with the bakery cafe model, I think I see this can be very interesting, and we look forward for speaking to people who think this is something which they would like to explore. I'm available, Cristiano is available, and my team is available if you would want to kind of take this ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venus. Cristiano, your last comments, for any comments you want to give it to our audience on the webinar and also on a Facebook Live.
No, honestly, I'm starting my speech even to saying that Sea House is a small concept, is a small company with a very, very big ideas. So really, I need to thank all my guys that are working with us and our Sea House family partner that are really following us and make it happen, because without them was impossible. But I need to thank in the same time my team here in Italy, that they're always having and improving our concept and reaching to the limit, sometimes even too much, I'm saying, but they are giving really the plus for our final client that are coming, are entering, and are having a good experience. So this is what I'm honestly I'm feeling to say. Thank you so much for inviting me, and it's been really a pleasure, always a pleasure being with you and in your franchise conference and so on. Unfortunately, the conference we cannot do any longer, so it's a pleasure to be here, and I hope to see you soon, face to face, whatever, in each part of the world. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you, Cristiano. Thank you, Venus, Sonia, Gaurav sir, for joining us, and have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, Mr.
So
Guru.
much,
Thank you, Venus.
Cristiano. I think it was very, very helpful. You spent the last an hour explaining the business model. And I will also request all our audience who wants to reach out to Cristiano with any questions you have, kindly share your profile. We've already put our hotline number in the chat. You can take a note of that. You can even send us an email, and we'll be arranging either a Zoom call or a telephonic call per the convenience of both you as well as Cristiano. And I'll request Ashna to take it over and do a closing remarks, please.
So thank you so much, Cristiano, for joining us today. We understand that it's too early for you, but we really want to thank you for all the efforts you made for this particular webinar. Thank you so much, our panel member, Gaurav sir, Sonia ma'am, and Venus ma'am for joining us today. We would like to thank all our participants who have joined us today. Yes, you can connect with Franchise India team at our business hotline number, which is 9717683838. That's the number we request you to save in your phone book so that you can get regular updates from our site through our broadcast message. You can also connect with management team of Franchise India at their respective LinkedIn IDs. We invite all the suggestions, feedback, because that will help us in improving our process. And tomorrow we are inviting you for another great brand. They are inviting franchisee for their business model. The brand is 0 to 8, and it's our privilege that Mr. Bharat Kapoor is coming digitally tomorrow, 12 o'clock, during our Business Opportunity Chai webinar series to take his business model with each one of you. So we wish you and we encourage you to please participate in this particular webinar at the same business hotline number, which I'll again repeat, 9717683838. That's the number where you can get a registration link from our side. We request to do registration today so that tomorrow, sharp 12 p.m., you can join us for this particular great band and understand their journey. Once again, from our side, we would like to thank everyone for joining us today. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you so much, Cristiano, and thanks everyone.
Thank
you to you all.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, sir.